All right, guys, I'm going to make this video real quick, and I have to apologize if the audio sounds kind of weird. I'm just doing this on the fly real quick here, but I've been asked several times how I have my GPS mounted on my Vulcan here. So in this video, I'm going to show you real quick how this is done. All right, I got my GPS mounted on this bike. First of all, I like to use a dedicated GPS on my motorcycles. I don't like to have my phone mounted to my handlebars. I think phones on motorcycles are extremely distracting, so I like to use a dedicated GPS whenever I need it. Just to me, it's simpler. I can just glance down and not have to worry about flipping through a bunch of crap on my phone to find the GPS. It's always just kind of right there. But for this GPS mount, as you can see, it kind of looks like it's floating there, which is pretty cool. It's adjustable. You can kind of flip it down or aim it whichever way you want to, like this, doesn't matter. But let me show you here real quick. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work on any other kind of GPS device. Mine's a Garmin, so it works off of this this type of ball mount on the back of it, this sort of system here. So I'm not sure if TomTom or any of the other ones use that same type of mount, but mine just kind of, the way I have it set up is it just kind of clicks into place like that. And then I have a wire run, as you can see. This wire is basically run down underneath the tank plastics here, and it's routed down alongside of the motorcycle, down along the side there, and just kind of placed next to the tank. And it runs all the way back underneath the plastics here, all the way back to the seat. And basically, in order to make this work, you have to, basically put a battery tender sort of style pigtail plug on there. And I have mine wired up there just so I can run a battery tender on it. And the cord is just basically just kind of hanging out right here. And when I have the seat on there, it sits next to the seat right just like that. And then the USB cable for the GPS just kind of hangs out right there. And then when I want to plug the GPS unit in, I just grab the battery tender branded USB adapter for that. So this end plugs into the battery tender cable. And then on this end right here, it's got a USB plug-in that you plug into the USB cable there, which, like I just went over, is routed through the plastics up next to the tank, and then it comes out right there, which I just have it kind of plugged in or tucked back inside there. Now let's get to the good part of how this is actually mounted on here. This right here is a Garmin dash pad that I've modified, and I'll put a picture of it on the screen here real quick so you can see what it is. I basically just took one of those Garmin dash pads and I cut off this part of it, the part that swivels, that's got the ball head mount on it. I cut it off along the front right there and just kind of shaved it clean and stuff. And then what I did is I took some 3M automotive double-sided sticky tape, and that's how I have it mounted to the plastic on this Vulcan right here. So basically you can take this mount and if you can find a semi-flat surface, you can put as much of this stuff on the back of the mount as you need to basically connect it, to your bike, and it makes for a really solid mount. You can see there I can move the whole entire motorcycle when I'm pulling back and forth on it. So it works out really well, and it's nice and adjustable. So, if you're running a Vulcan or any kind of similar bike to this, you just basically just have to find, like I said, a surface that's not too contoured so that you could stick it to it. I mean, you could probably put it over here or, basically anywhere you had a flat surface for it. So that basically allows you to take your GPS and just kind of, click it into place here. And you can kind of rotate it and swivel it forward or backwards, depending on when you're sitting on your bike, what you want your view of the GPS to be. It actually works out pretty well. So when I'm riding my bike and if I got my handlebars straight, this is kind of my view of it, right like this. So I can see the speedometer, tachometer, and all the other information, then just kind of glance down really quick, look at the GPS, and then glance right back up. It's nice because it's within the line of sight of the speedometer, and I don't have to, look off towards the handlebar one way or another. I mean, it's just right there, right below the speedometer, so it works out really well. And on I bought two of these things. I think I bought three of them. I can't remember what I did with the third one, but as you can see here, I also got one mounted on my little Grom here, just basically on top of the triple tree, tucked back in next to the handlebars here. And I can take my GPS and It's got the USB cable for it right here. I can swap the GPS between motorcycles whenever I need to. Like if I'm gonna ride my Grom around to do some exploring or something like that, then I could just take the GPS and click it on here and plug it in, and we're good to go with it on the Grom. And that's basically the view that I see while I'm riding my Grom, just like this. So focus. Anyways, yeah, it works out pretty well. So anyways, for those of you who have been wondering how I had my GPS mounted to my Vulcan or my little Grom, this is basically it. It's just a little hack that I figured out how to do. Looking for other GPS mounts from a motorcycle because I couldn't find one that was either cheap or one that worked well or that didn't have to strap to a handlebar somewhere, which is where I didn't want it. But anyways, there you have it. That's how I have my GPS mounted. So good luck. I think there's it's like 13 bucks or something like that for the dash pad that you'll have to cut up to get the mount off of, and then probably another 3 or 4 bucks for the roll of the double-sided sticky tape, and then obviously the cost of the USB cable run down to the battery tender brand of battery cable that I got there. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out in whatever way you needed, and thanks for watching the video. So we'll catch you on the next one.